Yeah, I didn't go that far. I saw that in there. It said you can go in there.
No good. Try to stop this.
You guys bring me like shadows.
Well, you can have background color.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, good evening. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before we begin, we have a checkpoint. This is checkpoint is for MySQL. So let's do that. Just give 10 minutes for that one, and then we will start the class after 10 minutes. Okay. Ethan has flagged out the checkpoint. Again, this is for MySQL, and we will complete this in 10 minutes. All right, is everybody done? Is anyone still working on it? Okay. Is everyone done now? Good. Okay. Michael, are you done? No. What question number are you on? It's anybody else other than Michael? You are still working too. What question number are you on? You're on number 10? Okay, so yeah, okay. So I'm going to start now if you're just going to revise. All right. In meanwhile, before I introduce, we'll do a small project, and towards the end of the class, there will be homework introduced. So on Slack and hash class activities, the group have been sent out. Please get up, get in the groups, and then I'll introduce the activity for today. All right, these are the groups.
I tried the /public again, and it just won't work.
Okay, sure. Settle down and then show me the code. Sure. I want to see what directory is. Chris, who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Kelly Bond.
Kelly and who?
Oh, there they are.
Found them.
Alright, you guys.
Oh, okay. All right, looks like everybody's in the group. So remember I did a whole activity on Tuesday. So this is going to be a small project. It's challenging, but the same way the challenging in a way that I did on Tuesday. Okay, so the purpose of this project is you guys are going to create front end. Okay, you guys are going to create APIs and then connect your APIs from your front end to the back end. Okay, Before we begin, there is no database involved, so don't worry about MySQL at all. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, what does the app look like? Please, on your GitLab, you can download it. I'm not going to open this app or anything. It's activity number 15. Okay, so everything is on GitLab uploaded with instructions, but I will just go over through the example app. Okay, so you already have this app given to you that you will have to make. Kind of goes in this fashion. All right, very similar to what I did on Tuesday, just different domain and use case. Okay, so this is your first page, Bootstrap, straightforward. How does this app works? It's a restaurant booking app, and this restaurant only have 5 tables, and by tables I don't mean MySQL tables, it's like physical tables. Okay, so only 5 parties can be booked. If I go to view table, it shows me. Oh my god! Somebody deleted the whole thing. Who hit clear table? Oh come on! I spent last 10 minutes entering data.
I didn't think it was big for everyone.
It changes. Okay, so this is. That's okay. It's it's deployed globally, so it's just not for us. It's for everybody else. So try not to modify this app. I spent last 10 minutes entering such nice data. All right. All right. So what happens is, if you view table, this will show you 2 different lists: current reservations and a waiting list. Okay. Right now it's empty, and I'm going to keep saying. So what happens is you can, let me go back. So you can make a reservation. Reservation is another form. Okay, very similar to what I did on Tuesday as well. Right, so name, phone number, email, and an ID. So let's see, let's go ahead and enter some information. Phone number, email, okay, and then some ID. Okay, so you see the ID doesn't have to be a number, it could be a string, it could be anything. Okay, just a unique ID. Again, this is the ID that you are going to use in your APIs. So, maybe make a string, that should work, right? Remember, look at the Game of Thrones example. It's very similar to this one. So once I submit this should go back and add to my data source. And then if you go back to view table, this information comes up. Okay? So this is your current reservation. The next table or the next portion is waiting list. So this table, this restaurant I said only has 5 tables. So once 5 reservations are made, after 5, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, they should go under waiting list. Okay? So once 5 reservations have been made, everything else, anything that you make a reservation goes under your waiting list. Okay? If you're wondering, both of them are 2 different APIs. Your current reservations is a different API and your waiting list is a different API. And the reason, if you see at the bottom, you will see table, API table. So in this example, if you hover over it, you will see the API is called API/tables. Okay? If you hover over waitlist API, it's a different API. So you're pulling the information from 2 different data sources. Okay? You don't have a database, it's going to be arrays. So think about that, discuss how would you do that. All right? So once you have 5 tables over here, the 6th, 7th, and anything after that is going to go under your waiting list. Okay? 2 buttons, view tables shows all the tables, current reservation and waiting list. All right, there's the second one. If I go back to home, your make reservation brings up this form. When you submit it, it should go back and add it to your reservations. At this form, you are going to determine if it goes into my current reservation or it goes into my waiting list, right? Depending on how many people are already in your reservation. Let's see. Okay, this is how this app works. All right, any questions on the app? Okay, again, you have this link, it's in the activity. Please remember this is a global link. I had to clear this table, not right now. There were some questionable entries, so please be professional about that. The notes over here. The first thing, what I mentioned, you will not need a MySQL database. All right. I hope everybody is clear on that. So you'll be using arrays. Don't worry about the second one. I'm not even sure why it has to be specified. There's no admin. There's no nothing. It's just a simple app. Okay. The last one is important to me because I did solve the whole app using differentiating between HTML and JavaScript. Okay. I am hoping everybody still does the same, even though the instruction says don't do it. Please do it. Why? Again, I showed you the reason. It's, to me, I think it's very important that you understand what it takes to separate both the code bases out. It's good practice. Your codes are separate, and we have already looked at it how this is going to work. Okay, so HTML separate, your JavaScript separate. Okay. Again, you are free to go back, look at the resources, Game of Thrones app, which I uploaded on GitLab. Very similar to what you guys are going to be doing today. Okay. Look at I have two versions of that app. Let's go back quickly and look at that one. And the final Star Wars app is also kind of similar. If I go to this one, the final one is the one that I solved. The refactor one is, I went back and refactored my code. Okay, take a look at that one if you want to follow this as well. Okay, try to see how I refactored. I have my HTML, JavaScript, and my routes in a different folders. Okay, that's the only thing we didn't cover, but I'm hoping everybody wants to get to see it, or you guys already saw it. It should be, you should understand what's going on. Those are basically two different functions. Okay. All right, so you have this thing. Let's go back. This is activity number 15. And the last part that I would like everybody to do is deploy it on Heroku. Okay, once you are done with this thing, please make sure you deploy it to Heroku. Post the link on the Slack channel, and then we can take a look at that. Okay, but that's the extremely last part. Hopefully everybody is able to complete. Again, this is important because your homework is also based on kind of something similar. Okay. What was one more thing? Okay. Yeah, in your same folder, you will see phases. Again, the recommendation is you have at least 4 people in a group. Divide the work. Pick 2 members for your front end, 2 members for your back end. Okay, I can tell you the front end work at this point should be done fairly quickly. Okay, so it's possible that the 2 people who are going to work on your front end, for example, your Bootstrap and HTML and CSS, are going to be done before the back end is done. Once the front end people are freed up, I would recommend that those people kind of come over to the back end part and kind of help with them. Okay, because back end is going to take a lot more effort and time versus the front. And it's just because of the skill set that we have learned. We have done HTML, CSS, Bootstrap over and over again, that this should be very similar. I mean, you guys should be able to break this down and understand what exactly you need. Okay, jumbotrons, 2 buttons, links over here, and all that stuff. Okay, but that's how I am assuming. It might not be the case, but that's what I would recommend. Divide the group so that you can divide the work up. If you want, if you think there's a person who's really strong in front end, you could do like 1 person on front end and 3 people on back end. But it's up to you guys. Decide it as a team. For your recommendation, this has been broken down into phases. If you want to follow exactly, if you need some direction, if you need some task, how do you start? This app has been divided into almost 4 phases. Actually, 5 phases. The 5th one, don't worry about the bonus. Okay. I don't think any team will reach the bonus, but maybe I'm just being pessimistic. Okay. But before you complete the bonus, make sure it is deployed in Heroku, right? Because your next homeworks are going to be submitted on Heroku. Okay. For Heroku, you get 5 free apps. So, and you can delete the previous one and you still have 5 available. Okay. This is all on GitLab, activity number 15. Any questions? Okay, we'll try to finish this activity by 9:15. I'm not going to go over this. Is extremely similar to what I've already done. I'll post the solution later on tonight, but we'll be going around, and any help, any questions you have, please let us know. And then we'll try to finish this by 9:15, 9:20, and then one of the TAs are going to come up and introduce the homework. All right, any questions? Everybody clear? All right, your time starts now. For people on streaming, I'm going to stop the streaming. That should be all. You guys, I guess, let me know if you guys have question on the people who are streaming. There are a couple of people.